it is Chloe and I'm back for another gymnastics session with you today. So what we are going to do today is we are going to do some conditioning and some strengthening after our warm-up, and then we are just going to practice some of our different skills. So I will talk you through what skills we are going to practice today, because we're just going to do a mixture of a lot of different ones that we have already been taught, but that's all for after our conditioning. So we want to do our conditioning first so that we can get all of our strength and get nice and warm. So we're going to start with our warm-up. So let's get going with that. So let's start off with our walking on the spot. Just walking on the spot. And then take our knees up into a march, swinging those arms. And then we are going to take that into jogging on the spot. And let's do high knees at the front. And then kick your bottom up the back. And back to jogging on the spot. Let's do some star jumps. And let's do jump and twist. And jogging on the spot. And then take that down into a walk and walk our feet out. Let's do our stretches. So we're going to look up to the ceiling and down. And then we're going to look side to side. And then you're going to super glue your ear down to your shoulder. And then half circle, down to the side. And our shoulders up to our ears and down to the floor. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Let's circle both of our arms backwards. And let's circle both of them forwards. Okay, one arm forward, one arm back. Remember, if you get stuck with this one, little circles, then make those circles both going the same way. Bigger, bigger, even bigger, and then you should be able to go one way forward, one way back. Okay, let's take our arm out, across, and hold. And the other side, out, across, and hold it. And then up, down, and hold that elbow. Make sure you're looking up, don't crunch the neck down, try and look out. And the other side. Okay, reach out, bring those arms in, and then we're going to do twists side to side. Okay, arms out, and a big reach over to the side. And up and over to the other side. And hands on our hips, big circles, one way, so circle those hips around. And the other way. Okay, tummy forward. And push our bottom out. And our lovely flat back, and hold it. Don't touch the floor. Don't touch it just yet. And now you can touch the floor. Reach down as far as you can. Okay, place one hand flat and the other one up towards the ceiling. And swap over, other arm and the other arm up to the ceiling. And reach for your ankles. Okay, jump those feet in and reach for your toes. Okay, and then let's sit on our bottom. Bring those feet together. Flap those wings. And then our nose all the way down to our toes. Okay, and we are going to walk our feet out into our pike shape. Big reach up and over. So try and get all the way down. Don't worry if this is the furthest that you can get. If that's the furthest you can get, that's okay. If you can slide them down a little bit further, that's fine. If you can reach all the way down, that is great. Keep working super hard. Okay, we are going to take one leg in and circle those ankles. Circle them one way and then circle them the other. And the other side, swap legs, circle one way and circle it the other way. Okay, let's do our lovely straddle. Straddle shape. We are going to tuck one arm under and a big reach over to the side. Okay, and up and over to the other side. And hands in the middle. Walk your hands out. See how far down you can go. If you can just get your hands out in front, that is fine. If you can get your elbows all the way down, that is great. If you can get all the way down so that your tummy is on the floor, amazing. Just go to wherever you feel the stretch. Okay, let's do our happy cat and our angry cat. So we go to all fours and happy cat. So push our tummy down to the floor and then angry cat, push our spine up to the ceiling. And happy cat, angry cat, and disco cat. And then we're going to push our hips down to the floor. If you can, try and bring those feet in nice and close together. Make sure that we're pushing the floor away. We don't want to crunch here. We want a nice long neck. Okay, then we're going to push our bottom back towards our heels and stretch our shoulders out. Okay, let's warm up our wrists. So we're going to do our circles. So we've got our meatballs. And then after that we'll do spaghetti. So we've got our lovely spaghetti. And the other way. And then we've got cheese on top, shape of cheese. And then let's stand up. We're going to test our balance. We're going to take that leg up and hold it. And swap over to the other leg, lift that leg up and hold it, test your balance. Remember, if you need to, take your ear or touch your nose if you need to, if you need a little help. Okay, give those legs a shake, give those arms a shake, and let's get started with our conditioning. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to hold our dish shape. Then we are going to hold our arch shape. Then we are going to hold a full plank shape, okay? So instead of doing plank on our forearms here. We're going to do it on our hands. So we got our dish, then we're going to roll and do our arch. Then we're going to push up and we're going to hold a plank. And then we are going to do our V-sit, okay? So we know all these shapes now. So our V-sit, and we're going to hold all of them for 20 seconds, okay? So we're going to hold our dish, our arch, full plank, and then our V-sit. So let's just recap, just in case you've forgotten. We have got our dish shape, just the middle of our back on the mat. We have got our arch shape on your tummy, lifting those feet and lifting those arms off. Then after that, we have got our plank. We will hold our plank for 20 seconds, and then the last one that we will do is our V-sit, and we will hold all of those for 20 seconds, and then we have got a new conditioning and strengthening move that we are going to do before we start some of our skills. So all of those we are going to hold for 20 seconds, and I'm going to time it. Okay, so I'm not going to count it this time, I'm going to time it here, and I will tell you when to stop. So just remember, try and push through, okay, keep working. If you have to come out of the hold or the shape, that is totally fine. Just try and go back into it as quickly as you can. So 20 seconds for each shape. So lying on the floor, ready to hold our dish shape. Ready, and go. So lifting those legs up, lifting the top half of our back up, tighten those tummy muscles, put our arms down, and we're going to hold for 20 seconds. If you come down, that is totally fine. Just try and go back up again as quickly as you can. 19 and 20, relax. Okay, let's go on to our fronts. And we're going to do our arch shape. So arms out in front. Ready, and lift and hold. Try and point those toes if you can. Keep those arms out in front. Keep those legs together. $19, $20, relax, okay? Have a little breather. And then we are going to go into our plank, okay? So just come to our knees, and then when I say go, send those feet away, and we're going to hold it for 20 seconds. Try and keep your hands in line with your shoulders, okay? You don't want them too wide, you don't want them too close together. Try and keep them in line with your shoulders, okay? Ready, and go. Remember, bum doesn't need to be up too high or too low. Try and have it in line with everything else. Keep going. You're working really hard. I'm just going to tap. There we go. And relax. Put those knees down. Okay, the last thing is our V-sit. So we're going to hold our V-sit for 20 seconds, okay? So we know what our V-sit is. We take it, our legs up, we're making a nice V with our body, and we use our hands to keep ourselves stable. Okay, so squeeze those tummy muscles. Ready? Lift those legs. Go. And hold it. Try and keep that nice V shape. Try and point those toes if you can. Keep going, almost there. And relax. Okay, well done. We've done all of those for 20 seconds. The next time that we do them, we are going to try and hold each one for 30 seconds. So we're going to build it up as we go along, and that will really help with our strengthening and our conditioning, okay? This time what we are going to do is we are going to do some shoulder stands. So what we are going to do with our shoulder stands is we're going to practice just rocking backwards and then up. So make our tuck shape that we talk about in gymnastics. Just rock back and come back up. Rock back and come back up. So we're just making our tuck shape and come back up. Okay. When we have got that, what we are going to do is we are going to practice rocking back. We are going to send the hips up towards the ceiling. You're going to put your hands on your back, okay? Then you're going to try and hold it so it looks like this. So just have a little watch and see what I do. Rock back, put those hands on your back, and you're going to try and use your elbows to stabilize you into the floor, and you're going to hold this shape and then remove your hands and come back down, okay? Don't send those legs straight up. We're just going to keep them tucked in. So just rock back, try and get those hands on your back. Then remove them and just rock back to seated. And again, try and get those hands under. And come back down. And a couple more times, try and get those hands right in. So your hands should be where your hips are, because that's a really heavy part of the body, and your hands help you keep it up there. Because what we're aiming for looks like this. So what we do is we tuck, but then we straighten those legs, and that is a shoulder stand. So we want to try and be in a nice straight line. But for now, we're just going to try and practice getting those hands in to support the hips. So rock back, get those hands in, and come back up. One last time, get those hands in to support the hips and the back. Okay, let's try this time. We're going to send those legs, straighten them, and send them up to the sky, okay? You want to rock back, get those hands underneath, send those legs up to the sky, and we're going to try that first, okay? So don't worry about holding it. We just want you to try and tuck those legs in, straighten them, and then bend them back in, do a tuck shape, and come back to sitting, okay? So let's try that. So rock back, get those hands under, shoot those legs up, bring them back down, and return. Ready? Try that again. Get those hands under, send those legs up, bring them in, and down. Let's try that one more time. Bring those knees in, send it straight up, bring back in, and down. Okay, this time we are going to try and hold it. So the important thing with this is we want to try and have our body in a nice straight line. So when we send those legs up, we don't want the legs to be here. We want the legs to be up, and we want to try and keep our body in a nice straight line as best we can. So what we need to do is we need to try and squeeze everything together. Squeeze our feet, squeeze our legs, squeeze our bum, squeeze our tummies, okay? We have to squeeze all our muscles really, really tightly so that we stay in a straight line, okay? So ready? We're going to try and hold it for as long as you can. Then just bend those knees back in and return to our lovely seated tuck position, okay? Ready? And go. Send those legs up. Use those hands to help you stabilize yourself. Your chin will be tucked into your chest. Bring those knees in and rock. Good job. Let's go again. Ready? And go. Send those legs up to the sky. Try and get them in a nice straight line with the rest of you. Bend those knees in and return. Let's do that one more time, okay? This is going to be a new thing that we are going to practice, so we're going to add this on to our conditioning moves that we do. So we've got our dish and our arch and everything else, but we're going to add our shoulder stand in as well. So this is going to be an add-on to our conditioning moves. So ready, one last time. Remember, get those hands underneath to support those hips. Okay, because eventually what we'll do is we will take the hands away, they will be just laid flat on the floor, and you're going to have to try and hold those hips up there yourself. But we're not going to do that just today, we're going to use our hands. Okay, ready? Rock back, shoot those legs up, and hold it. Hold it for as long as you can. Bring those knees in. And return. Okay, so now we've done all of those. Let's recap some of our gymnastics skills. So we are going to do some forwards rolls and backwards rolls. So we know how to do those, okay? We have broken those down, we have taught them, and also we had a couple of practice goes at them as well. If you're not familiar with them, go back and check out some of the older videos, okay, that really break down how to do the skills. So we are just going to do a couple of forward rolls and a couple of backwards rolls, okay? So forward rolls and backwards rolls, okay? Just the normal ones, we're not doing anything to straddle. We are just going to do 4 forward rolls and then 4 backwards rolls, okay? So let's start off, so find some space, make sure that you've got enough space to roll, okay? I have to do them forward and then change and come back, okay? Just because of space and the mat and so that you can see. But if you can do them in one long line, that is great, okay? If you can do them in one long line, turn around and then do backwards rolls the other way. That's great if you've got loads of space. But don't worry, if you don't have enough space, just do what I do. 1, turn around, and then do another one, okay? So 4, forwards roll. So stretch all the way up. Hands down. Remember, feet together, chin to chest. Push, and try and stand up. And stretch. And arms, second one. Ready? Hands down. Tuck the knees and the chest in. Push. When you're standing, try and keep those feet together. And again, big stretch up and down. Ready? Push up. Try and stand up. And good. Ready? And then the last one of our forwards rolls. Stretch, hands down, push. Really use enough momentum so that you can try and stand up. If you need to use your hands to stand up, that is okay. Just know that you're working towards standing up without using your hands. Okay, let's go for some backwards rolls. Okay, with our backwards rolls, remember, really push them hips up and over. You want to try and get those hips up and over like what we were doing with our shoulder stands and our rock back, okay? It's exactly the same as that, but instead of shooting your legs up and stopping, you're carrying those hips up and over. Backwards rolls, if you're struggling with those, go back to the other video. Maybe try putting a pillow or something underneath your hips to give it a bit of height so that you can get those hips up and over. So let's do 4 backwards rolls, okay? Big stretch. Ready, bend down, and hands on the floor. Shoot everything up. And stretch. Okay, let's do our second one. Ready? Make sure you've got enough room. Make sure you really tuck that chin into your chest. Slowly lower and get those hips up and over. And stand. And our third one. Ready? And down. Really tuck everything in. Push that floor away. Okay, last backwards roll, okay? Ready? Big stretch up. And down. Place those hands, push, and stand. Very good. Okay, what we are going to do now is we are going to do some bunny hops. So don't worry about going into handstands just yet. We just want to do some bunny hops first, just to warm up those hands and those arms, taking all of our weight, okay? So just some bunny hops. We're just going to do bunny hops all the way. So if you've got space, you can do it there. Just use the space that you've got, then turn around and come back. So hands, then remember, jump those hips up. You're jumping your feet into your hands. So hands, place them down, jump up and bring them in. And hands, jump up, bring them in. Hands, jump up, bring those feet into your hands. Let's do another couple of goes at that. Big stretch first, hands down. Jump those feet up and in. Hands, jump those feet up and in. Hands, jump those feet up and in. Okay, let's do some handstands. If you're not at the full handstand yet, just do what we call the limping fox. So what you do is you place one foot, you kick up, and then you just come back down again. So only kick one leg up and bring it back down. So keep one leg close to the floor so that if you wobble, you've got that leg to save yourself when you come back down, okay? So if you can't do a full handstand just yet, you just do the limping fox with one leg up and one leg down. If you can do a full handstand, then you do both hands. Just kick both of those feet up, bring them together and back down. Remember that lunge into your handstand, all right? Let's give our handstands a go. Ready? Big stretch up. We're going to try and go through as many different skills as we can today, so it's a bit more like a gymnastics session, okay? Big stretch. Lunge in. If you want to do just one leg, that's fine. If you want to kick both legs up, that is fine. Okay, ready? And lunge. If you want to kick both those legs up, that's fine. Remember, lunge in and lunge out again, okay? Let's go for that again. Big lunge in, kick those feet together and back down. It's up to you if you want to do just one leg or both. Okay, and again, let's do our handstand. One last time, remember that lunge in and finish. Very good. Okay, we are going to do some cartwheels. Okay, so if you're struggling with doing a full cartwheel, remember you have the option of doing the bunny hop version. So you place your hands down, you jump up and over, and then you can repeat that. Hands down, so hands down beside you. So whatever side you cartwheel on, if you cartwheel on the right or your left, you place the hands down beside that leg, you jump those hips up, draw a little circle with your hips, and you land with your hands on the other side. Okay, so if you're going to do cartwheels and you want to do the more basic version, just do hands, jump those feet up and over. If you want to do the harder version, you feel like you can do a full cartwheel, then we'll do full cartwheels with me. But it is up to you which version you do. You know you best, okay? You know your ability, so just do what you can. Don't be afraid to push yourself, but just know what's safe for you. So we're going to do our cartwheels. If you want, so that you know what way, you can start in a star shape and keep this star shape so that you know what way you're going. If you want to do start facing front and cartwheel, that is fine. That will be the option that I am doing today. So ready for your cartwheel, know what hand you're putting down first. If you prefer to cartwheel on your left, put your left hand down first. If you prefer to cartwheel on your right, put your right hand down first. Okay, ready for cartwheels and go. Keep that star shape and finish. Very good. Okay, let's give it another go. We're going to go and do these a little bit longer today. Okay, so we want to try and really work on those cartwheels. Okay, ready? Remember, lunge in, place those hands down. Remember, kick those feet up with enough momentum that you can get those feet up and over. Try and stay with your legs in a lovely star shape. Okay, let's give that another go. Ready? Remember what hand you're putting down first. If you're doing the bunny hop version, that is okay. You just do what you need to do. So let's give that another go. Remember that lunge in. Lunge, hands down, kick up and over. Let's do that 2 more times, okay? Ready? 2 more times. Maybe try and change up and cartwheel on the other leg if you want, okay? And lunge in, cartwheel, and finish, okay? Last time doing our cartwheel. If you want to try and do it on the other side, just to challenge yourself, okay? Lunge in, hands, kick those feet up, and finish. So it's really important that with cartwheels, we want to get used to doing them on both sides, okay? You don't want to be just a one-sided gymnast, okay? We want to get really, really good, and we want to be able to do all of our skills equally as good on the right and the left. If you struggle with the left, maybe practice the left more. If you struggle with the right, maybe practice the right hand side more, okay? So we did a lot of different skills today. So we did some forward rolls, we did some handstands, some bunny hops, we did some either sideways bunny hops or cartwheels. So from now on, when we do our gymnastic sessions, it'll not be about breaking down individual skills. It'll be about putting a lot of different skills together in one session so that you can practice loads of different skills and you'll get the feel of a gymnastic session a bit more, because we don't just spend one session doing one skill. We do lots of different skills and we practice them, okay? And that's what we're going to be working towards, doing as many different skills so that we can learn as many different skills as possible and also practice them so that we get really, really, really confident, okay? The last thing that we are going to do, just super duper quick, is I want to just recap all of our different gymnastics shapes, okay? So really, really quickly, we have pencil. We have our pencil shape, which is also a straight shape. We can do this when we do jumps, when we do our lovely stretches for our beginning and our end. We have our star shape. After our star shape, we have our tuck. So we all know our tuck shape. Our tuck shape is really important when we're doing loads of different skills. From there, we added on tabletop. So we pushed those hips all the way up. And then we added also a V-sit, which we did in our conditioning. So we've got our tabletop and our V-sit. That is both from our tuck shape. Then we have got our pike. So we've got our pike shape, we have our arms out in front. So don't forget any of these shapes. They're so important. Then we have got our straddle. So pike and straddle are really good for stretching and also jumps as well. So don't forget that these are jump shapes as well. So we've got our straddle. Then we had our dish and our arch. So we've got our dish, roll over, and we have got our arch shape. Then we have got our front support and our back support. So front support, your front is facing the floor. It's kind of like a plank shape, which we did in our conditioning. Then we've got our back support, where you push your back and your hips up towards the ceiling. Okay, so we've got all those different shapes. So don't forget those shapes, okay? Some of them we use for conditioning, some of them we use for gymnastics, jumps and other skills. But I've really enjoyed going through loads of different skills with you today, and I will see you tomorrow for some dance. So have a lovely day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.